Hi everyone, my name is Pranshi and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I'm back with another big course called Calculus. So Calculus is very important in the machine learning, but how Calculus is important? Let's understand with the help of example. For example, you're working with a Sam Altman, the founder of OpenAI, and Sam told you like we are cutting out expenses and our company is dying, we are currently running out of cash. So as his friend, you are thinking what can I do best, because nowadays dealing with the data is very expensive. So you try to optimize the data and to save some cash. For the optimization you need calculus. So now you will remember this example, like how basically we need calculus, because to save money we need calculus, to optimize things we need calculus. So calculus is basically a branch of mathematics which deal with the changes over a time, like we calculate the many changes over a time, and this is called calculus. This whole the course we will learn about the calculus mathematical way, in the machine learning way, and in the real scenario way, how in the real life, because in the end after completing this course, or even after you completed your machine learning course, you wanna build the real life projects which is gonna used by the real person, real human being. So we have to understand how does the really how does we write, and really how much we use the information that we are consuming today. So let's go. So guys, I already given you the introduction of what is calculus. Calculus is how something is gonna change with the amount of time. Let's understand with the most simplest manner. So for example, you have a machine learning model. Let's see, it is your computer or a system. Okay, for system you give algorithms. Algorithms is a bunch of line which is written by you and which is understood by the computer. You wrote the algorithms. Okay, just like that algorithm is some type of transcript. Okay, this is your algo. I'm gonna write algo here. It sounds cool. Okay, so now you give your systems an algo, and with the algo you gives, and it's give you when you ask something regarding this algorithm, it's give you the result or a solution. But we what we say in the machine learning world and in the machine learning term, we say this results as prediction. What we say prediction, not results or solution, we say prediction. Okay, because machine learning model always gives prediction based on the data, based on the algorithm, based on the information you provided. Okay, so what is how the calculus is working in all those things, let's understand it. Okay, so this is your prediction which is given by your computer, okay, or a system. Now this is a function and this is a input is your algorithm or a transcript or a data. Okay, it can be your algorithm, it can be your data. Okay, it's totally depend upon your projects or whatever you want to make. Okay, so prediction is your solution which is equals to, means which is totally depend upon this function. Okay, this is the function and your data. So calculus studies how function behaves. Okay, so basically calculus is a responsible how this function gonna behave with your input. Okay, with your input, if for this working, with these two people working, you need a function, and for the function you need a calculus. Okay, calculus is responsible whatever your function is doing with your data. This is the most simplest way I can teach. This is the most simplest things I can assure you with. Okay, okay, so this is our most simplest thing. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, let's move forward. How fast is something changing? What is the calculus is demonstrating? How fast is something changing? Like how the fastest thing, for example, you are launching a rocket from a land. Okay, how fast its altitude is changing is based on a calculus, is based on a calculus. Of course it's based on the physics too, but in the physics we use calculus. Okay, which direction reduce error? In which direction it reduces the error, which is also done by the calculus. What happen when many variable interact? Variables means input. Okay, as of now treat it as a input, like whatever how the many data are interacting with each other is also depending upon the calculus. How can we optimize a model efficiently? Like we already discussed this matter with the Sam, and you are working with the Sam Altman, and Sam Altman is saying you have to optimize the data to save some cash. So how we optimize, how fast is something changing, how which direction is reducing which error, and all those things is done by the calculus, my friends. So this is how important the calculus is. So guys, we're gonna understand the mathematical foundation, because in the upcoming video we're gonna use these terms again and again, and I really don't want to confuse you in the future tutorial. I'm gonna give you the foundation of what does these words means. Variable is something, naming. For example, if you want to name something in the mathematics, you called it as a variable. For example, x equals to 1, or we can say apple. We can say apple, okay? Y equals to banana. So basically, this is mathematical orientation, and we named it something. It is called variable. Equation is basically means you are writing the statements. For example, I'm communicating with you in the form of sentences. In mathematics, it is called equation. For example, x equals to y equals to 3. It is a sentence in the mathematical format, which is known as equations. Equation is a mathematical statement or a sentence. Okay, exponents is very important. For example, you are multiplying 2 3 times. What does this means? 2 ki power 3. 2 ki power 3. This is how exponents means. For example, you write something very short, because mathematics is known for something fast. We're gonna do everything fast. So this is how exponents is. Logarithmic is means opposite of exponents. For example, 8. 8 equals to 2 ki power 3. Okay, if you multiply 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 ja 4, 4, 2 ja 8, which is equals to 8. Coordinate planes are graphs. We represent this line as a x and straight line as a y. If the horizontal line is called x, and the longitude line is called y. Okay. So linear equation. Linear equation is always, this is a linear line. A straight line is always called the linear line. Linear equation is always means y equals to mx plus b. We're gonna learn this in the future videos, or if you already complete the linear equation, then you are much more familiar with this. And the basic probability intuition, because probability is always allowed between 0 to 1. If something have the probability more than 1, it doesn't count as a probability. If something has a probability in negative zone, which is also not count as a probability. So these are the mathematical foundation. I really hope you all guys knew the mathematical formatation, and in the next video we will start calculus in the very we start calculus in the next step. Okay. So guys, you already get familiar with the calculus. What is calculus? How does the calculus means? How the machine learning way, how the calculus is operating. In the next video, we're gonna understand calculus in the mathematical formation, in the mathematical way. So see you in the next video. Tata, bye bye, and keep building.